Well, we will call the Floyd County Board of Supervisors meeting February 25th, 2020 at 9 a.m. to order. First thing on the agenda is the approval of the agenda.
I move to approve the agenda as presented.
And I'll second.
I have a motion and a second to approve the agenda. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Let's see, public comment. Do we have anybody here for anything other than what's on our agenda? Would like to speak otherwise? We'll keep moving on. Review action regarding approval of February 10th, 11th, and 18th meeting minutes.
All right, I looked them over, I didn't see anything that was not accurate, so I'll go ahead and approve the February 10th, 11th, and 18 meeting minutes.
Second that.
I have a motion and a second to approve the February 10th, 11th, and 18th, 2020 meeting minutes. Further discussion? All those in favor? Review action regarding approval of claims.
And again, I know we had part in our packet here. I had looked over the claims, didn't see any concern other than we have heard from Gary Vanderwerth that he wants us to not approve claim number 2179. So I'll go ahead and make a motion to approve all the claims except for 2179.
Second.
I have a motion to approve all claims except, which number is that?
2179.
2179. Further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Let's see, do we wanted to skip down? We sure can, there's no reason why we can't. We need to move down to item number 11. Is that correct, Steve?
Yes.
Review action regarding authorization to sign HMA resurfacing and milling bids on T26 from Mitchell County line south to Highway 18.
Oh, I'm sorry, yes. Great.
Discussion.
This is the project we've been talking about and is in the budget for the FY21 budget. And it's for 226 from Highway 18 through Rudd all the way to the county line. Yes. Yeah, I'll take that. This first one is from Matthew Construction on Onalaska. They're also the ones that did get our T38 project this year.
And we have a bid bond, or 10% of bid. And yes, and we have a, let me keep going.
Yeah, you're gonna wanna go to the last
Yeah.
page.
Well, yeah, okay.
We had separated it into two divisions. One is a division is for in the city and the other one is outside the city. It's
Okay,
based off the overall on the final, so it's not gonna be one contractor doing one and the other. We just wanted the division.
we have
separated
a,
out.
but you want the bottom line number.
Yes.
We have a bottom line number from page 4 of $956, $997, and 27 cents. That's for the math.
Yep.
Look at that, make sure I did that right.
And this is from Heartland. There, and there. Those are the only two bids, right?
I think so.
Okay.
Well, I have the staff.
Okay. And this one just is the page number 4, the other two
Yep.
pages aren't in it, that's all right?
Yep.
Okay, so I have a bid from Heartland Asphalt for $904, $427, 45 cents.
Sounds good. I mean, we'll go through move, I'll give them to Dwayne to take these and run the numbers, just to make sure that the math all works out. And then I'm thinking that more than likely, the little bit there, as long as the numbers work out, you guys probably can run it. Okay, sounds good. Preliminary, go with that little bit of Heartland at 904, 427, 45.
Okay, so you'd like to have that motion if possible with assuming the numbers all come out?
Yep.
And that's what I was going to add. So I'll go ahead and make the motion then to approve the bid for Heartland Asphalt for the T26 project HMA resurfacing with milling letting at 904, 427 and 45 cents.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve the bid to Heartland Asphalt for the T26 resurfacing project, 904, 427, 45 cents. Further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
We'll move on.
Sounds good. I
Thank you.
appreciate you guys.
Yep, thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you. We are going to move back to item number 5.
That was good. I mean, that's very good. I just could have told you
Oh,
in the
sure.
discussion that that estimate we had was like a 1.1 million. Actually, a little higher.
So that's not.
And originally, we ran numbers, Dwayne had pulled some numbers that were statewide bids, and I think we had it at 1.3, 1.4.
Wow.
So we looked, me and him both, we looked at it, and he goes, well, I should maybe lower this, and so we came right around the 1.1, which is what I budgeted. So that being that number, I just saved us a couple
Good number.
$100,000.
Good.
So Heartland's close, and I know Matthew will be close with our T38 project, so very good bids.
Good,
Great, thank you.
good. Okay, we're going to move back to item number 5, review action regarding LEC courthouse project contracts and change orders as applicable.
So have we heard anything back at all on our questions from yesterday? I haven't seen.
I haven't gotten anything, no. And I guess from what I followed with Sid, that doesn't surprise, with Brad, excuse me. That doesn't surprise me because I didn't think it was going to be an immediate thing. It was one of those, he was going to be searching.
And that's fine. I just want to
Yeah.
make sure that we haven't heard anything since.
And we don't
yesterday.
miss something. Right.
And so the other thing would be the contract, yeah, the sweeper contract. So have we heard anything on that, other than we've got it? I mean, is there any concerns?
I have not heard anything other than having, that was a DocuSign document.
There's
Right.
a metal fabricator thing in here, but that's just a letter of transmittal.
Right,
And everything else on this, I mean, everything really is the terms of what we originally approved, correct? So I
Right.
was trying to figure out.
right. So if we are not hearing any concerns on this, I can go ahead and make a motion to approve the contract with Sweeper for the amount of $1,000,000, I'm just gonna get my glasses, almost $1,271,218.
Could hear you.
Okay.
I have a motion and a second to approve the contract with Sweeper, and I'm not gonna repeat that number because I'll get it wrong. But as stated, yeah, there it is. Further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, other discussion about the LAC project today?
We're working away. It's good to see.
Good,
Nothing,
Good.
nothing else.
good, yeah. I think everything's coming along good, and they're working through things, so. Moving on. Item number 6. Regarding setting date, time for public hearing on RK's subdivision. Discussion.
I'm not sure if Leslie was coming up.
I didn't.
I thought yesterday she indicated that she'd be coming up, but This is just for the final. We did the preliminary before, this is for the final. And she had provided me with an unsigned resolution from the city saying that they were approving preliminary and final at their meeting. So per this,
That they had already done that.
If you
The
think she
final.
may
they
be,
just did
I
that.
thought they.
if you think she may be coming up, would you like us to just hold off on that one for a minute, or not
It should-
really?
I
There's no
don't-
reason
I
to
think it's
I don't
just.
do
think
that?
there's a reason.
Okay,
You just need
that's
to
fine.
set your hearing. She's
Right,
got it
we're
in
just
the-
setting
She has
the
a
hearing
note
date.
on the day that we're gonna hold
Yeah,
that hearing.
March
Absolutely.
24th, 9:30, so you just
Right.
have to put that as a motion.
Yeah, so I can go ahead and make a motion then to set the public hearing for the Arcades subdivision for March 24th, 2020 at 9:30.
Second that.
March 20. I have a motion and a second to set the date and time for the public hearing on RK subdivision for March 24th at 9:30. Further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Review action regarding liquor license renewal application. Discussion.
And again, this is just a renewal, correct? So,
Cedar Ridge.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's, everything's good with it, it just, it's an annual license.
Mhm.
It actually ended last week, Monday, and so Carrie was reminded.
Yeah, effective date is 2/20.
Sure.
Okay.
Yep.
I would move that we would approve the Class C liquor license to Cedar Ridge Golf Course.
All right, and I'll second.
I have a motion and a second to approve the liquor license application for Cedar Ridge Golf Course. Further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Review action regarding county representative appointment to the North Cedar Aviation Authority. Discussion.
Have you talked to Kathy?
The last I knew, I haven't talked to her recently, but the last I knew, she thoroughly enjoyed that job and wanted to stay there.
Yeah, that's,
She actually is the one who called and asked when you were going to approve this, so, and she is very much interested, really enjoys being
she
there.
really is good. Yeah,
And she's good at it.
she is good at
Yep.
it.
Yeah, and discussion with Gloria outside the boardroom was that it isn't up until the 31st of March, is it? But we said we could approve it now and it'd get taken care of.
I think they should be
I think
good.
that's good.
So with that, I'm going to make a motion that we approve Kathy McGregor's reappointment to the North Cedar Aviation Authority. And how long will
It's
that?
a 4-year
It's
term.
4 years.
4-year.
So it'll run through 2020, again, March 31st, is that correct? Does it run that way, or is it run, did it end up being off?
April 1st through
2024.
Okay, 2024,
or through March 31st.
March 31st of 2024.
It starts
I'll second
April
that.
1st.
Okay.
It starts April 1st.
It's April 1st.
Yes, April 1st through, yep, through March 31st of 2024. Can you second that? I have a motion and a second to approve Kathy McGregor's
Doug
appointment
did.
to the North Cedar Aviation Authority. Further discussion?
Thanks.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And I'll see you this afternoon and I'll.
There you
cover
go.
that.
Good.
Good.
Review action regarding setting date time for canvass of the March 3rd special election. Discussion.
So the election is March 3rd. With absentees have until noon on March 9th to come through. So it should work nicely to do this following your March 10th, or at the end of your March 10th. meeting,
Sure.
Or after your March 10th meeting to canvass. So, we'll just have two of you here.
Yeah,
Unless you want to do it in the late afternoon
on the 9th.
There's no rush for, I mean, March 10th will do for us.
Yeah, it's
And
just
it's
a
fine,
short
yeah,
one, just.
Sure.
really short meeting.
Sure.
And unless you're a part of it. So, it's up to you.
Yep. And so it would be, you just need to say a time too, correct?
Yep.
So what time do you
Well, it
guys?
can't be immediately following?
No, you have
You gotta
to
have
publish
time.
know what time you can, and then you can't start any earlier. Like
Okay.
if you set it, say like at 10 o'clock, or,
And if we
10:30,
don't get
whatever.
to it till 10:15 or 10:30, it's not a
Yeah.
problem.
yeah.
Okay. So we could actually set it for like 9:30?
So.
I
That
wouldn't
way
do-
that- You wouldn't
I-
do that?
It's a separate meeting.
Okay.
It's not a board of supervisors meeting, it's a separate
Okay.
meeting, so I
What was the date?
March 10th.
March.
March 10th.
Okay, I'll move that we set for public hearing for the canvass for the March 3rd special election for March 10th at 10 o'clock.
Okay, I'll second.
I have a motion and a second to set the canvass for the March 3rd special election for March 10th at 10 a.m. Further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Review action regarding FY '21 health, wellness, dental premiums. Discussion.
Is there a reason, I mean, next year, because we're not on the 18-month premium thing, are we gonna get it at a different time of the year, or is it gonna be this way every year?
All I know is Denise said it's never been that long to obtain renewals from Wellmark. She's never experienced that before, so the July 1 isn't new to them, it's just new to us. But I don't think, I would hope we aren't going so late
Right.
in the year.
It's pretty hard for your budgets.
It's very
You know what
hard.
I mean?
I let her know
She was
that.
scrambling.
And that's what they
yesterday.
ran into yesterday, was
And
I
I-
mean, usually
I
that's
think
one of
city
the
and
first
county
things you get the
officials-
budget process, and it's virtually the last.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Well-
city and county officials on the
We already
IGHCP
did.
board we're giving her the same message, that we have a different budget process with the extra hearing, and
Right,
that
yeah.
it's important to get that information.
Well, we're not the only ones, obviously, Chickasaw
No,
County.
Okay.
Well, no,
then you don't even know what
Yeah.
they even.
Right.
About 30, over
gonna
30
say, yeah.
entities that are in the same situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. So nothing has changed from yesterday to today.
No? No, I think,
I guess though, it is difficult to go ahead and make a precise motion on this, so I will go ahead and make a motion to approve what we had discussed according to the, how do you want to say that, the,
the 3 plan options and the county and employee shares. And if, I can put that entire amount.
I know, that's why I wondered, yeah, so it's all the plans, so it would include the health, the dental,
Wellness.
the wellness, as discussed, so I'll just go ahead and say that with the details being typed up, so we have all the details.
Okay, second.
I have a motion and a second to approve the health, wellness, dental premiums as previously discussed. Further discussion. I do want to make a point. And so we are agreeing to the $750, $1,500 and the out-of-pocket. Okay? I want to make sure we're all on that same page. Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Put that to bed.
Yeah, I know.
Yes.
It's a
It's a
good job.
tough choice for you guys to figure that out.
It is, and
Oh,
I think you guys have been more than fair over the last few years with all the insurance, and to have it jump like it is, you gotta do what you have to do.
right,
yes, it's a balancing
It is.
act is what it is.
it is.
Yes. Yes, and there's always winners and losers, we all know that, but it's what we think is best for everybody.
I just have to stay healthy.
Yes.
That's
Don't break my
exactly
ankle.
right. Yeah, right.
Well, we're gonna move on to item 12, Dusty, I think this is yours again, it says regarding dust control policy. Further discussion.
You know, and we basically pass this every year about this time, basically because we'll be getting to the mode of dust controls as we get, if we can get through spring, and then it'll be to the point where there's some dust flying today. I saw the bus going down the road, or gravel road, and I saw dust flying, so. But
That is crazy. Are you
Frozen
sure
morning,
that
everything
wasn't
is fine.
fog?
That was exhausting.
It was fog.
it might have been, so. No, but that's just something every spring we do, just to reiterate that, using the proper approved dust control things. Also for contract rock, it was the biggest thing that I started doing this about 15 years ago. Because contract rock, I can force the rock suppliers for contract rock to, if major routes to and from the quarries, they have to throw the dust control down, that kind of specifies that here. And obviously, we don't do every side road. So it's kind of just a process to approve this and move forward each year. So I would just recommend approving the Floyd.
And nothing's changed from your
Nope. No.
policy?
And it's valid from May 1st to October 15th. And usually we say that because a lot of times we're shaping up, getting things ready in the spring so that people can start putting it down. Now, we have allowed outside of those times before, like if it's a late fall, late
Yeah.
harvest, and
Right,
someone wants to put it down, they,
Right.
a lot of them times when they contact us, yeah, go ahead and do it, but remember, we may be blading through to get ready for winter, so.
right,
Kind of one of those
so
things.
that they're aware.
And last year, the year the condition of the roads were, I sent letters to all the applicators saying, you can put some down, but they may not be ready. And just in case you're getting a lot of heat, then I kind of put it on them to,
Sure.
Mhm.
so.
I'll go ahead and make a motion to approve the dust control policy.
I have a motion and a second to approve the dust control policy as presented. Further discussion? All those in favor?
I,
Aye.
Copy of it.
I have two, yeah, I make two.
Okay,
So you got-
so if you have it, that's fine.
Yep, so if they want to sign, whenever you send two of them, you can give them yours if you
Okay,
want,
sounds
or
good.
either way. I'll
Just
have
stop
them
and
sign.
write, sign, and you sign.
I'll just catch them, I got others from sign.
Okay.
Next item on the agenda is review action regarding Resolution 13-20 to embargo River Road.
And I thought about doing this later, but to me, when we've worded this over the last 10 years is, there's not a specific date. It basically just says when we put the signs up, that's when the embargo starts, so we figured we'd get it on the agenda right now. And basically, this is from northwest of Floyd, after you get off the concrete up there at the corner of 150 and Quarry Road. Starts there, that's where the asphalt, the thinner asphalt is, and from there it runs all the way out to where the asphalt ends. So it's about 2 point, can't remember how many miles, a couple miles, 2.5 or, see, 1, 2, almost 3 miles probably. So what we'll do, and per the code, we are only allowed to have that embargo for 90 days per calendar year. So we typically will do this. This used to have the one north of the ethanol plant, but since we repaid that, that no longer is on there.
Right, right.
So, thanks. So I would recommend approving the road embargo.
I'll move to approve resolution number 13-20.
And I'll second.
I have a motion and a second to approve Resolution 13-20 embargo of River Road as presented. Further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Review action regarding hiring of summer help and wages for the secondary road department. Discussion.
Oh, somehow,
Summer
okay.
help.
Yep, secondary.
So I didn't
road.
have any, I had probably one applicant last year and I decided not to go with summer help last year. I think we still, each year I kind of keep up on it. You guys have a copy of that, right?
Yeah, we do, it's in, okay.
So I just figure bump a quarter, go on that, so anybody probably coming in now this summer would start off, we don't have any returning ones. So even though I have the cycle there, I kind of just like keeping the cycle there as far as if a second year summer student came, then we would follow that thing. I think what I'm going to do this year, which I haven't done in a couple years because it does cost money, is advertise in the paper. I have not done that in a few years because one time I've done it, I didn't get any applicants. So it's kind of a hit or miss, and since we really haven't had good luck with applicants, I think maybe it's time to maybe shoot it out there again, do it sooner than later,
Sure.
and go that route. So, no rhyme or reason on the wages. I mean, if you go to some places in town, McDonald's or whatever, you're probably making about the same thing. And I don't want to say that bad, because I mean, if that's a good job too, but just trying to keep it competitive enough for the summer kids before they go off to school in the fall. And that's kind of the thing I look for, is if they're going to school in the fall,
Mhm.
to have them come for the summer.
Do you get a lot of kids with their CDL?
Yeah. It'd be, that's the biggest thing. You go in a situation, you like to have them have their CDL. If they don't have the CDL when they come, it's not that an easy of a process like it used to be. Used to be, we could do it locally here, use our vehicle. Now it's probably Mason City and some other stuff. So I'm not forcing the CDL issue, but if they have it because they help on the farm or
Right.
whatever, then it's
Right.
not such a big deal. So I mean, I'd recommend going with those wages. As I said, there's no rhyme or reason there, it's just kind of just keeping up a little bit and just adding a quarter to what was last year.
I'm fine with all that, so I'll go ahead and make a motion to approve Dusty's recommendation for summer wages for 2020.
And then also, I don't know if you want to include in there authorizing me to, if he gets some applicants, I would bring those names to you after the fact, but I recommend whether you allow me to have 2 or 3 or whatever. It's all built into the budget. I do have some numbers in there. That's not really a big deal, but it's however you want it. Or I can just bring that to you when that happens, because I may not have any.
Right.
Have hired in his discretion.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and giving Dusty the discretion to go ahead and review then the applicants.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to authorize, to approve the wage salary that Dusty has presented for his summer help, and authorize Dusty to use discretion and move forward with trying to come up with people. Further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Discussion with county engineer about secondary road
So we haven't been
activities.
talking to you.
Dwayne did bring up the numbers, they all
Oh,
were
so
good as
everything
far
was
as
good.
after, so everything went good there, so that's good. I did receive a letter last week, or I did have I have another retirement coming at the end of March, March 20th. I just found this out on Friday.
I wondered about that.
And I did talk to Mike Galloway on this because I just went through interviews in November for the same position that this one will be.
Uh-huh.
I have to go through the whole process again. I was hoping to use the interviews, and, you know, and I kind of said that when I lined up that whole thing. But according to Mike yesterday, he had emailed, I emailed him on Friday, and then he emailed me back and said, no, per this code, you have to go through the whole process again, so.
Is it gonna length the time, or?
I don't know if it just wasn't because
That
it
would've
wasn't
been
really
so nice.
advertised as 2 replacements at the
Oh.
time, maybe. You know, if I'd have known that,
To
I
be
probably
fair.
would have said,
Yeah.
yeah.
Can you-
I know.
When you do this, can you advertise or can you somehow include in that you're putting together a potential hiring for the next?
Certified
I don't think I
months
can.
or
I mean,
something?
and I really would like to say
You know,
that.
law enforcement and public,
You do a certified list?
yeah, they do a certified list for so many,
That's
you
a
know,
little
for 2
different.
years or something, so.
Yeah, I know.
That's why it just
And
seems
things may
odd you
change, but
can't.
I'll go through the process again. That's not a big
Yeah.
deal to me. It
You're
is
getting
what
good
it
at
is,
it.
and yeah, I just
You're
keep doing
getting
it. so.
really good
And you don't wanna eliminate a good qualified candidate, but you also, it's a cost.
Oh, yeah, there's costs go through it.
Yeah.
I mean, you advertise and do that, so. So I'll post in-house and on the boards here, and then I will advertise in paper, coming up and move forward. But this is gonna happen fast, this is March 20th, so it'll be on the agenda. It's Doug Temple, I mean, basically, it'll be on the agenda to accept his letter of resignation for retirement, so, but that'll be next time. Yeah, the 10, whatever that is. So, that's that one. And I know probably in your inbox, Janet had put in there, and I know at the time, my budget is fluid as it is. I looked at what her comparables show, it does show that she's low in comparison to some of these other counties that are, the ops manager compared to the administrative assistant. You know, you guys are the ones that approve non-elected and whatever you say, you know, if it's 2.5. If it was something, you know, I think her request isn't out of line. I would not change my budget, put it that way, if it was agreed upon, but again, you guys make that approval for non-elected and non-union stuff.
We talked about this yesterday, so it's gonna be a future agenda.
Okay.
So we wanna make sure, and I think we said it would be at a time when you're here.
Okay, that's fine.
That Janet could participate too.
Right,
Done.
if you want to
Exactly.
participate too.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, and I remember like some other departments that have the same thing, I don't know. Yeah, so-
Well, in the past, they,
Yeah,
Yeah.
so, but I just figured I would mention it, and I know she put it back in there, and, you know, and like I said, just so you guys, is budget-wise, you know, budget is where it's at. I can absorb anything on that in my budget, so. But I appreciate you considering it, and like I said, I don't have a problem, I talked to Martha on this too, and she kind of looked at the numbers that were pulled in. It's very similar to what I do with my stuff, you know, pulling, here's where other counties are at, and stuff like that, so. But appreciate your consideration on that. I told her I would bring it up today.
You can have her added to her list sometime if
Okay.
she wants to, or if she
Okay.
wants to come up too.
Sounds good. I would mention the computer. And then the time sheet too. Basically, the last couple weeks has been the snow operations. I mean, we kind of hit or miss. I know that one plow went out Saturday just because it was blowing on wind up north of Parker County. Prior to that, there was a couple of cold days in there where that snow was just a sticking. I mean, it was Tuesday into Wednesday last week, somewhere in there where the guys had no, but you could not get ahead. I did have an email from somebody regarding T38 from 7 Mile Corner north to the 4 lanes, and the guy was pretty straightforward. Said this road is terrible. Highway 14 is good and Highway 18 is good. What's wrong with and I kind of responded and said,
And
well,
that's
there's
pretty
different
much
different
the same
serviceability.
conversation
Oh,
I
yeah.
had with you. But it was really funny. My comment was too, I said, these weather patterns,
Yeah.
you can, it's all over the board too. And you can go a mile north or west and it's totally different. So
Yeah.
depending on your location,
Yeah.
I think people just need to realize, we are still in winter
Yeah.
weather conditions.
The-
And yet the next day, I got a picture of him driving and the roads were clear.
Roads are clear.
So he was like, hey, I like this.
Well, the T38 thing was good. I mean, I responded back to him and I said, well, remember, we don't run 24/7.
They had.
The DOT
But
does.
it needed time to.
You know, they're out there in the middle of the night, we're not, we'll start at 5, go into the day, and then and on that instance, I kind of said, we will work till 5:30 that night before, and they started at 6. So, and he responded back, he said, well, thanks for the quick response. Yeah, I guess I understand that's a secondary road, and I know the DOT runs all night long and a lot of times.
Right.
And I said, the cold weather wasn't helping with it sticking to
Right.
the road, and you
And
couldn't
then
burn
the
it off.
wind and
And
it
so
was
we added more
just-
material, and he was real appreciative of it.
I get feedback from Shadow South, and in the afternoon, it was still bad.
Yeah,
And yet, the Butler County was off. Now, Butler County, I always look at it, they use a lot of salt, I believe.
yeah.
And I think that was probably a plus for them in that case. But other times, it's not. Other times, it makes it stick to the road.
Yeah.
So,
You can go down that road, any road. All you gotta do is turn the corner. And just because of the direction of the
Yeah,
wind and
Oh,
and the angle of
Yeah,
the
the
sun.
variables are just all over the board. And that's why people, I think, are quick to say, this other county. If you go anywhere in this other county, but
Mhm.
again, these weather
Funny,
patterns
'cause,
are
yeah,
so.
They get the same comment up there that the other county's good, and then we
Exactly,
get the heck
depending on the
counties.
weather storm. or
like I said, one day it's better there than here, and the next day it's better here than there.
Yeah.
I know
And it is a
that,
difference in the way you guys do things.
Yeah.
I don't know that there's a right or wrong to it.
right, and I think the call, when you called me, Linda, was about the gravel roads and the packed on snow and trying to scrape
Right.
them, and we were continually scraping them. So now with the warmer weather, you look after last weekend, I mean, it looked like they kind of helped overall anyways.
Yeah.
But there's gonna be times when the roads are packed with snow, and then you get the warm weather and ice is up, and we'll scrape as much as we can, and not that we're not out there, we are, it's just, so.
Well, and the
we'll move into
gravel-
Well,
spring
here's a
here.
question to me, I was just wondering about the de-icing policies of county blacktop. Do we have a de-icing policy? We have a.
We just got the snow removal policy, and
Yeah.
that's part of that.
Right. And that's-
So what happened was, is a couple of the motor graders did go out on those hard surface roads that the ice was still stuck on there, and scrape it with that for a couple hours before they jumped onto the gravel
Yeah.
roads again.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen a lot, it just depends on the situation. If not, it might be snowpack where we're just gonna be scraping with the dump trucks and the motor graders are still gonna be on the side roads.
You got the same.
If the
one,
wind is
same one
coming, we
that
don't
don't
wanna put
want
material
us.
down, just like you said, because
I
otherwise
was,
it'll
there
stick
is
to
nothing
that.
worse than going out there and just working, and you know that in 2 hours, it's all gonna be gone, but you gotta go through all this,
Yeah.
motion and
Right.
waste all this fuel. Just to-
Yeah, that's
That's
the
why I
hard
keep
part.
telling people, I
Yeah.
said, just be patient.
Especially at this time of year,
Yeah.
you know, the potential's there for it only
Drive
to be there for an hour.
slow,
Yeah.
don't take any chances.
I mean, the guys are out there, I mean, that's why I kind of try to put the times on there, on the sheets when we give them, to you guys, so
Yeah.
you can see, hey, they were out there,
Yeah.
last week at 6 AM, went till 2, well then 6 to 3. On the 21st, they went out in the afternoon, 12:30 to 3. Motor graders were out all day scraping. And then Saturday, we did have one spot where it was icy, and so we did send one truck out on
You know,
that.
more and more, we're getting out there with GPS trackers. I mean, it'd be easy to put in those graders just to.
And actually,
You
I
can
just had
link that
a
right to the
webinar
website.
on that with US Cellular, and I'm looking at, the guy has not got me numbers yet. But I'm real curious now because there's about 5 or 6 counties, I know Wright County has it, Cerro Gordo, I think they just went in on it, but it's putting, and you use our mechanics to mount these things in there, and the cost is very cheap compared to what it used to be.
Yeah.
And so Calvin and Tim, as road
As it gets more and more
foremen, sat in with the
competitive.
webinar with me. And I
But you
think
could
I'm
put a
leaning
link
that
right
where
to
it'd be
the
part of my
website.
cost and my budget, but I think in the long run,
Well,
it's worth it.
I guess, you know, when you think about the number of calls that we get, you know, and having to do the legwork and research.
You know,
and
especially
If you could
the
just
number
say
of calls
log
we
in
had.
and pull up and you'll see exactly.
It would
what
also
it-
eliminate us in blade maps and the guys having to take this map, taking colored pencils and saying, I was on this road, this way, this way, this way.
Right.
This will produce that for us.
Yeah.
So it saves you some time.
Yeah, it does. So I'm leaning that way,
I'm
but it'd be
glad
part of my
that
budget.
you're looking into that. 'Cause I
I've been talking about it for about 5, 7 years and
Actually, the
Times
DOT
have
used to do it
changed.
in the old days with old cell phones.
Mm,
That's how the original ones were turned. It
Yeah.
was just an old cell phone that wasn't in service anymore, but
yeah,
there was some number you could put in there, and that's how you could track those snowplows.
you know where they're at.
Yeah.
I think Howard County uses cell phones right now. That's how they're tracking their stuff.
Mm.
Each piece of equipment has it. But-
And you can get them as simple as those, I mean, they're theft protection, but they're just a little stick-on thing, but they'll track it.
Yeah. No, I'm leaning that way, but that'll help in overall the efficiency and more or less, I think, so.
Mhm.
But outside that, we got a pre-con today. Actually, yesterday we closed the bridge on S70. They want to come in and start the bridge. That was one we let in January. So we closed north of North Springs, up there at the county line,
Okay.
yesterday. Detour set up, going west and around.
Wow.
So
And
demolition
February.
should start right away and get that one out if they want to go to town. So that's fine, we can get that thing
Great.
done before a lot of the projects go on.
Get in there
Right.
before they have water problems, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, they can get all the substructure done, pound
Right.
the pile and,
Right.
so yeah, that's good there. Haven't heard anything on T38 stuff. We'll have, I said we had pre-con for the bridge this afternoon. Outside that, we'll be getting, I think, taking bids for our 3-day labor box culverts. That'll be sometime, I think, April sometime, I can remember. But that'll be for after July 1st too. But, that's all I got. Unless you guys got anything else? Rock resurfacing will be coming up some point, end of March here, probably, the first part of April.
For which one?
Rock resurfacing,
Rock resurfacing.
lighting.
How about, when we're looking at Underwood for Niles North this year?
Maybe.
Maybe.
No, that one was one that we tried that was the one we tried letting, wasn't it?
Right.
And we didn't get any bids. So then we shuffled over to this T26. I submitted my, actually, I was hoping first project in for NIACOG application for STBG, swap dollars. I figured, why not be the first one, maybe they'll give it to me, but I submitted actually that. I submitted from, you go north of town on Shadow, go just around the corner is where that project started and stopped, so those 2 miles to Niles Corner and north, I put in a project for NIACOG to try to get money in 2024.
Okay.
I figured that's got wide shoulders, it's got
Okay.
plenty of stuff, I don't have to worry about, narrow shoulders on
That's
some of these. So I think, yeah, that's 24, but that's not that far away.
I just wondered if we had another resurfacing, we got a good price on this one we just had today, so.
Yeah, if I did Niles Corner North, I think the estimate there was 800 some $1,000, so I'd have to find another
Yeah,
800.
we
So
don't
to me,
have
it
that.
wouldn't be that, I could potentially, if I don't get money for, which my farm market is where it's at, those graphs will be coming to you guys, that spreadsheet will be coming to you guys shortly. I've got those all done, my fund numbers, so you guys can see all that. So that would be maybe a potential farm market only, or if I get the STBG dollars, my allocation is, I really only allowed about 200,000, but sometimes some projects, counties get projects, sometimes they don't, we spend ahead and stuff, so.
Well, it really was a thought process that if we got a good bid on this one, maybe it's a good time to.
What you could potentially do is when I do FY '22 budget in the fall, maybe do the same thing like we did with this T26, and then it would be for next summer, do the same thing, letting in the winter, and then do it in the summer. So, that's all I got.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Item number 16.
Jared?
Yeah, no, second.
Beat you. We are adjourned.